I think it's only fitting that I say welcome back to Raccoon Tweeties here at my apartment, dude. We're no longer at the fucking Thunderdome, dude. We're here at the Trashville, dude.
Are we recording now?
Yeah.
I feel like a guest on someone else's podcast. We starting?
We started.
I'm kidding. Yeah, man. We're in Gurardo's spot.
Mm-hmm.
And behind the curtains is that we're going to do a live. And this is the only time that we could do this show.
It's not our fault, though.
No, that's the team's fault.
Yeah.
As usual, it's the team's fault. But I think this looks pretty good.
I'm so upset you brought the team up immediately because I'm so pissed at them, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they didn't tell us to record 2 episodes on the days that we were together.
We just couldn't do it, right?
We could have, but the fucking team, dude. I fired Fernando, Diego, Carlos. Remember Carlos? That fucking know-it-all? He would always be like one-upping us, you know?
Fuck him. Can I ask you a question? We're going to do the live draft soon. Mm-hmm. I didn't check. What's your team's name?
Oh, Need a Bigger Belts.
Need a Bigger Belts?
Yeah.
What's that?
I never told you my Need a Bigger Belts story?
No. And this is just to provide context. This is for our NBA draft that we're going to do on the live.
Fantasy draft,
yes.
The only way I got Cooney to agree to it, he's like, do I have to pay attention to it during the season? I was like, nah, just be there for the draft.
No, I'm going to be one of those people that just loses because people are injured and I start them. I can't focus on NBA. I say that now, but then once it starts, it'll overtake my life like the NFL.
He's going to be like, dude, Trae Young is hot this year. Just out of nowhere.
Oh, I know who that is. He's on the Hawks, right?
Yeah.
See, I know something.
I wish we had the soundboard right up on the Hawks.
He's a Hawk, a literal Hawk.
Yeah.
I pay attention to the fantasy draft. the fantasy football that I do at work. I'm all about that. I've made 700 moves.
Oh, I thought you said dollars.
Last place. I wish.
Is there a cap on moves you can make?
No.
This is why you only have one draft. You're trying to keep up with fucking other people's moves.
What do you mean?
You're only in one fantasy league, right?
That's right. Only NFL.
And everyone's trading players 700 times?
No, I'm just like, I've
exaggerating.
I'm exaggerating, but I haven't done any trades. I just mainly, hang on the waiver wire.
Oh.
Is there a waiver wire in the NBA one?
I don't know. We don't really wash clothes. That sounds kind of feminine.
Trying to scoop up the bag. There's nothing feminine. You're the one doing NBA. I'm in the NFL, daddy.
I went to
men play.
I went to an NBA game last night, dude.
How was that?
How was that? Losing all my love for football, dude. At one time, seeing people dribble and shoot into the hoop.
Oh, it's much more entertaining.
I'm like, oh, fuck football. I've been faking enjoying football for 5 weeks now. It's been 5 weeks. It was awesome. By the way, some context to this episode. I've been up since 3:30 a.m. It's now 7 p.m., 7:19 p.m.
Right.
And so I'm very tired. And I golfed 18 rounds of golf today. Drove to San Diego and back this morning. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, the one time I need Cooney to pull through for me and not be tired. And
I fell asleep on the couch when I got here.
And then you walked in and you looked the most like bloodshot eye. You never have bloodshot eyes when you're when you're tired.
Oh, I get bloodshot. I have blepharitis.
Oh.
It's like dry eyes.
Oh.
So every once in a while I get dry eyes, yeah.
Oh.
But sorry to step on your...
I got some Rotos right there, dude, if you want to hit them.
What's that?
Eye drops.
Oh, I use, Cystane. It's for dry. It's for dry eyes.
When you're on the waiver wire,
moisturize your eye.
When you're on the waiver wire for one too many weeks, and you need some Cystane.
It's probably just looking at screens too much. But yeah, honestly, what's to blame is still the team because you had to drive your family to the airport or whatever. They're trying to.
My
they
mom
going on vacation
conned
or something?
me, dude.
How so?
She was like, "Oh, can you? Nah, you don't. No, you don't want to do this." She's like, "We need somebody to drive us to the airport at 4 a.m. You don't want to do that. We'll just get an Uber." I was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, because I wasn't really attached to it.
Yeah.
And then I was cooking fish with my dad, and she ran outside aggressively, like stepping, hard on the floor, and she goes, "Guess who's driving us to the airport tomorrow? Gerardo said he'll do it." And then I again didn't say anything. My dad's like, "Okay, you're gonna do that? That's weird. You would just volunteer for that." And my mom's like, "Yeah, he told me earlier." She's like, but kind of doing that thing out of the side of her mouth.
Oh yeah, Rosa needs a handler as usual.
And the next thing you know, I'm waking up at 3:30 in the morning, driving him to the airport.
That's a whole hour before when you're supposed to wake up.
4:34.
That's tough when you have to change your schedule. Even like an hour is a big difference.
Yep.
Every time I got to wake up an hour earlier, it's like the day is basically done.
Yeah.
I'm so tired throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, shop isn't even up yet. That's how you know you're really working, you know?
I had to wake up early to get vaccinated. Sorry. I did the vaccine. I'm going to fucking get a heart attack or whatever it is. Sorry, vaccine commenters.
Is it that one guy, you know who, or John Legend? You seen the John Legend commercials?
What happened to him? He died?
Where he's like, you can get your flu vaccine and your COVID vaccine.
That's exactly
at
what I did.
he has two Band-Aids.
Yeah, that's what I did. And I took it off already, but two Band-Aids on my hairy-ass arm.
Were they skin-colored Band-Aids?
No.
Okay, because he had a bright purple and bright pink one.
I didn't do that.
Dude,
I just had normal colored Band-Aids. If they put like a purple and pink one on, I'd look at them weird. I'd be like, why? Why do you even have this color Band-Aid? What's going on in America right now?
Did Kamala make these?
Yeah, what is this? What are we doing here? Normally when I get normally when I get a shot or whatever,
Yeah.
what happens is the nurse giving me the shot, when they're looking at my arm and they're about to put the Band-Aid on, they go, I'm going to put the Band-Aid on. Like, they try and like make up for the fact that it's like insanely hairy. They're always worried I'm going to have like a problem. It's like, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm used to ripping the thing off. It's not a big deal. Just put it on. This guy didn't give a fuck. I think it's because I was in a bad mood. He asked me how my day was going. I said, not too good. And so he just he put it on like this and I just ripped it off. But yeah, I got the vaccine.
Careful hitting the mic because it sounds like we're recording in Hurricane Milton right now.
Yeah, what? That's dangerous. Yeah, I mean, what happened was my girlfriend forced me to get the vaccine because the last time I went home for Christmas, I gave everyone COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I had COVID, and I gave it to her and my parents. So I scheduled a vaccine thing, but the only place I could get it was downtown L.A., and I go there, and like what my healthcare company does is they have all these different locations, but they give no directions on like where to park, where it is. So I show up and it's a Bank of America, a giant Bank of America. I have no idea where to go. I don't know where to park. I parked in the wrong parking lot. I was 20 minutes late. I ran. I walk in. I'm like, this is a fucking Bank of America. Where's the fucking healthcare? You know?
Yeah.
And I went downstairs and I went to one of the healthcare things. And I'm like, I'm here to get a vaccine. And they're like, it's around the corner, and I got to go around the corner and shit. So that's why I was pissed off. And when I got into it's Kaiser. When I got into Kaiser Permanente, I walked up the front desk, and I was like, I got a text that says I'm supposed to talk to you. I have a vaccine. And she's like, all right, don't worry about it. Your appointment's fine, even though you're 20 minutes late. And I was like, okay. And she's like, do you have the parking ticket? We validate. And I was like, I'm parked in the other fucking thing. And she's like, oh, well, let me see it just in case. And I showed it to her, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry about that.
She's never seen it.
I'm like, I was so pissed off. So I had to pay more money for parking.
Oh.
But there was like a fucking farmer's market randomly outside the Bank of America, and I had no lunch. So that ended up working out. I got a really good sandwich.
You got some kiwi? Oh, sandwich.
They had like all this fruit and baked goods, and then this French guy was selling these pre-made sandwiches.
Yeah.
Big baguette. I got a big like baguette sandwich with brie and walnut. Pretty good. So I ended up being like very angry at the beginning, and then as soon as I looked at the brie sandwich, I like less angry. Because the parking only ended up being like $4 more. I was an idiot. Dude, that fucking every big parking thing is terrifying to me. You never like it's like, who's running this? Where am I allowed to park?
Who's making $40 off of my parking right now?
It's bullshit. They're like, go down to the 5th floor. I was like, okay.
So when I tell you that John Legend is part of this, what are the vaccine people? Pfizer ads.
That's what I got, Pfizer. Yeah.
Okay. So when I tell you that John Legend is going like this, nothing about that screams freak off enthusiast to you? Diddy goes down and all of a sudden John Legend's getting vaccinated, dude? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, dude.
Was John Legend at one of the freak off things?
Let me ask Siri. Hey, Siri.
Could be.
Was John Legend at any of Diddy's freak offs?
Okay, I found this on the web. Was John Legend at any of Diddy's freaks? Check it out.
Oh, John Legend horrified at Diddy video. Believe women. I need to unlock my iPhone. It's censored.
You are Blockbuster. I mean, it is kind of funny to think. Like I got a Pfizer, and Pfizer's the thing that Travis Kelce did an ad for. I guess celebrities are doing ad for Pfizer.
If they were at free cuffs, that's what I'm saying. That's my narrative.
Like they're blackmailed into it, or so they're like, we know that you did something at Diddy, so now you have to do a vaccine commercial.
Listen, dude, I trust my circadian frequency, whatever that thing's called. Okay, when I see John Legend getting vaccinated, I'm like, you too, dude, and then I'm like, he's into lube, dog. You know what I mean?
I just don't want to get COVID again and give it to my whole family.
Okay, maybe he's thinking that too, and I need to give him more space and respect.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think this will help me saying that I did it. I doubt any of our listeners are going to be like, oh, Cooney did it. I'm going to go get vaccinated. And that's not why I'm saying this.
Is it true that when you got vaccinated, you had the urge to tell people to register to vote?
You know what I did? Normally, the vaccine has zero effect on me. Okay. Like, I don't get sick or anything like that. But this time my arm hurt like shit yesterday. Now it's fine. But it was like, I was like, when I moved her like this, it hurt like shit.
It felt like bruised?
Yeah, it felt like a soreness around my entire arm. It's still a little bit sore, but now I can do shit. So, I mean, I guess maybe if you get both at the same time, and then that's what happens.
What would you do if it was a guy that vaccinated you?
It was a guy, yeah. It was a guy, the same guy that asked me how I'm doing. I said, not too good. I was so pissed off. I don't know. That's the problem with me is like, if I'm angry about something else, I'll take it out sort of on the people around me. Like, it's not his fault that I parked in the wrong parking lot and showed up 20 minutes late.
Oh, dude, you're preaching to the choir, daddy.
Yeah, well, you were late. You do the same thing, right?
Yeah, I shot fucking like 101 on 18 holes today, went to a sushi place, and I told two Asian ladies they look alike. You know what I mean? I take it out on the people that don't deserve it.
Wait.
What?
You got mad at Asian ladies? I
didn't get mad. I just commented on how they looked alike, and I'm like, see, I'm out of my circadian frequency right now, dude.
Okay, so when you're out of your circadian frequency, you might make some insensitive comments.
Mm-hmm. I did. That was a joke. I didn't literally do that.
Oh, good.
But I tried to we went to all you can eat sushi today.
Yeah.
I tried to hand the menu to one lady that looked like my server. Okay, I'm not racist. They just looked alike, right?
Uh-huh.
And my server came around when I was handing it to that lady, and she came and picked up my tab.
Yeah.
And I stopped for a second because I was going to say, "Oh, you guys look alike. Sorry about that." Like to say sorry.
Sure.
And I stopped myself and I looked at Miguel, and he knew exactly what happened.
And that was another server, hopefully, though, right? Not just a random woman.
Oh, she worked there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What did Miguel?
She's like in a bright dress and like obviously gonna eat.
Here you go. I mean, give it to one of your friends if it's not for you, right?
I didn't make it any better because I told Miguel, I'm so glad I didn't say anything. The one lady was still right there when I said that. So it looked like I was just racist. And it didn't look like I made an innocent, it didn't look like I was making progress because for me, it was progress. I didn't say, you guys look like, you know what I mean? I stopped myself from going that far.
Yeah.
Because I understand that that's probably something they have to deal with all the time.
Well, I mean,
let's be honest, dude. Just kidding.
Devil's assistant.
Right.
Right. You're at the restaurant. You're thinking about sushi more than you're thinking about what does my waitress look like?
Thank you, dude.
Who exactly is? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't memorize your face.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people look alike. It's not just Asian people. It's all people.
Get this, dude. They both had masks on. So
that's even more. How would you if someone has a mask on? It doesn't count anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mistake anybody for anything.
Yeah. I told them, I was like, oh, it's all good. My co-host got vaccinated, so I don't have COVID.
You should start. Yeah, you use that as a thing.
Yeah.
Like you say something, you do something that's not, or you do something problematic. And then they're like, what the fuck? And you're like, it's okay. My co-host actually just got vaccinated recently. So it's all good. The guy I do a show with about Brendan Shaw, they're like, okay, he's a crazy homeless person. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know whether it's right to get vaccinated or not. I just do what I'm told.
That's good. But listen, before COVID even happened, I never went to I don't go to the doctor. I don't believe in that. It's like if I was like allergic to tomatoes, I wouldn't eat tomatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'm allergic to going to anyone in the medicine field.
That can't be true, though. You go into the doctor's office and you break out in hives, or what happens?
No, I just don't go.
I think I get not going. I don't really want to go, but I also want to know if something's wrong.
Yeah, but you know me, dude. Let it ride, daddy. Double down on life at all times. And then when I go all in and lose, dude, I'm dead. You know what I mean? That's it.
They might be able to help you though.
True. But, all I'm really trying to improve in life is my golf swing, dude.
Right. Well, you're not going to have a golf swing if you're dead.
Exactly. Then
it might. Or go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, let me ask you this, dude. How much better is golf on Earth than it is in paradise, dude? Heaven.
I wonder, yeah, if heaven exists, can you play golf there? And it's probably better.
Dude, there is no heaven without golf. Okay, let's get that straight right now.
I like the idea if you go to heaven and you're like, sick, I get to play golf here. It's so much more fun. And God's just like angry that you didn't go to the doctor. God's like, what were you thinking? You could have played a lot more golf. Now you're in heaven and you're like, heaven rules. And God's like, you didn't get it. That's fine. That's fine. Just nobody gets it.
God's like, all right, we'll get to the golf right now. First, what's your insurance provider? And I'm like, let's just play golf, God.
You're talking to God, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm dead. And God's like, now I know you noticed Miguel's not here, and I know you know where he is. He's in hell, a dog bitch. That's our friend. He's here in his. Yeah. He's in the other room. He played golf with Gurardo earlier.
I think Miguel was waiting for you to say dog bitch, and then he's going to come out and tackle you. But he might be
I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
I like the small fridge. I like that the small fridge is kind of taken over. It's definitely what we're going to talk about on the live a lot. But the one post that Richard Reloaded did, where it's like a little mini fridge that had 2 small Diet Cokes in it.
Yeah.
He said that was your fridge. That was pretty good.
Do you remember the days where I had my tiny fridge? No, I don't. No. I don't think we were. No, on my
something
desk.
Smaller than that.
Fuck you, dude. I used to have one of those fridges that Richard Reloaded posted about.
Oh yeah, those I like.
It's like this big.
I kind of sometimes I wish I had gotten that instead of the mini fridge.
Yeah,
just have that on the counter somewhere.
Remember, Josh Rardo? We had it on the middle of the table when we would record, and then LaCroix would be in there. We'd pull out LaCroix from the fridge. I
said sometimes I wish, but what I really mean is right now. Now that I remember that those things exist. Because that would be great, just to have it like next to your computer. You open it up, take a water out.
Next to your bed, just like
next to your bed is
boom,
good too.
You know?
Yeah, when I'm like, if I'm ever get wealthy, I'm gonna have fridges everywhere.
There you go.
Like a fridge next to a fridge in the office. This guy has a lot of fridges.
You know what hurts the most about this? The accosting of my fridge. I'm not gonna call it small. It's not small. But you know what hurts the most about having my good sized fridge?
Yeah.
Is that I bought this fridge. You know, like when you go to an apartment, they typically have a fridge there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, nobody says anything about my other fridges, you know? Because they're just part of the fucking building, I guess.
Yeah.
But when I buy a fridge and I'm proud of it and I put magnets on it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fill it up with Diet Cokes and waters. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. Put that shit in the trash, dude, if you want to talk shit about my fridge.
What I like about your fridge getting talk shit, it's almost like I manifested it. Because in a way, I don't really care, but there's a small part of me that's angry that you didn't buy the used fridge I told you to buy. Yeah. I don't know why you'd spend money on a fridge. I can't wrap my head around. Why you'd want to spend more money on a fridge and you were like all happy this nice fridge and now people are hating on it. I didn't start it. Look, I didn't even say it was small.
Hindsight is 20/20, right?
Yeah.
But your hindsight is blind as Stevie Wonder, okay? Because I asked you, I like how you seemed offended by that. I asked you, do they deliver? And what did you say?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Oh,
that's the whole point.
I thought you gave me like I don't know if they do that.
Well, you just have to call and make sure you're close enough. But you should be close enough. It's in the valley.
All right. I'll check on the fucking return policy on this tiny black. I mean, it's a good sized black fridge.
It's not worth returning now. It's not that much of a price difference, but I'm just like, in my mind, in California, if you're going to have a place with no fridge, which is common here, why buy a new fridge? Are you going to just move this fridge around everywhere you go?
Oh, yeah, dude. The most moving with this fridge, dude.
Even if you move it, it makes sense to have a used fridge because it's cheap. You have a cheap, used, old fridge that works forever.
I am not standing down on how big my fridge is, first of all. But let me say this. I make it big, dude, right? I drop a little 8 inches here or there. Next thing you know, I'm fucking Steve Martin, right?
Sure.
I'm a huge comic. I'm working dollars, dude. I'm like making money without even trying to, right?
What is this? Wait.
What?
What does the fridge have to do with Steve Martin and being a big comic?
Oh, that. And then I get a big house.
Okay.
Now it looks small. Because
that would
the house
even look
is
even
big.
smaller. If you get a big, you put that fucking mini fridge in a fucking mansion, they're gonna be like, "What's the deal here? This guy's nuts." When you get a big mansion, you got to get one of those rich people fridges that have 2 doors that open all crazy and go, "How are you today, sir?" And that kind of like talks to you.
The weather in New York is like you live in Seattle.
The time in Japan is, and you're like, "What? The time in Japan? I'm just trying to fucking put something in the what is that air fryer?"
It's like it has Duolingo. You're learning languages from your fridge.
You open it up and it's got music playing and stuff. That's a rich person. There's a movie that was terrible that I watched with Willem Dafoe, and he opens up the fridge and it starts doing the Macarena song.
Yeah,
that's that's what I'd like, something like that.
But I'm planning for my future, dude. Back to the Steve Martin huge comic thing, right? Mm-hmm. That's my fucking bed fridge, dude. Next to my bed, I just open it up, get a Dr. Pepper or whatever I'm drinking at the time.
Too big for a bed fridge. Too big.
Now it's big, dude.
Big in the sense in your bedroom, yes.
Well, imagine that being the centerpiece to my bed. Like, so the bed circles the fridge. Now the fridge is smaller because it's a huge-ass bed.
If you have a woman over and you have a fridge that size in your bed, she's going to move.
Oh, it makes my dick look smaller, huh? Because it's so big.
I mean, that's your narrative that you take away. You know what I saw that made me laugh? Jeff Dye. Because he reminded me of this. You said Stevie Wonder. Did you see the post that Jeff Dye did? Somebody, I can just explain it. It's so what happened is somebody did not that funny of a joke, really, kind of hacky. They did a fake post. It was Stevie Wonder and I'm talking about P. Diddy, and it said, I didn't. People keep talking about P. Diddy. I didn't see anything like that. Jeff Dye thought that was real, and he retweeted it, and he said he was like, man. It pisses me off when people say they didn't see like the crimes. It's like maybe you weren't around when it happened. You ever think of that? He didn't understand that it was a joke, a Stevie Wonder joke. Oathman replied to it and he said, "Mad respect for not deleting this or whatever. Like props for not deleting this." What a fool!
Yeah, he's crazy.
That guy, he seems like when I met him, he seemed nice, but he's an idiot.
No, but he got sober and he's the best comedian of all time now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ask Jay.
His some of the clips that are pulled of him on Chang's are so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And he keeps tweets he tweets things that are like that all the time. That are very stupid, you know, and he gets ridiculed. He's been ridiculed many times. If I tweeted things that I guess nobody really knows who I am, but if I tweeted stuff and there was more than 2 or 3 times where everyone was making fun of me, I'd be like, maybe I should think about what I say.
Yeah,
but I am.
I mean, I'm cut from the same cloth because I post that. When I was in 5th grade, my band teacher called me retardo. Nobody likes it. I'm like, okay, maybe people don't want to know more about me. I stopped posting to Twitter. You know what I mean?
That is a funny story, though.
Yeah.
I think that's a good story. I mean, I you mean it didn't get likes?
Yeah, it got 20 likes. But let's be honest.
20 likes is good.
In the grand scheme of things, dude, I'm trying to get them motherfucking Brendan Schaub numbers, dude. I'm trying to
on Twitter
flip my truck. And, you know?
I got tagged in, I tweeted as a joke that I was going to set myself on fire.
Oh, okay.
I said I'm going to set myself on fire in the public square if Brendan Schaub doesn't start doing stand-up again.
Yeah.
And it did okay, but Ty Rivera, or one of our guys,
yes,
retweeted it, but he tagged Schaub. Do you think Schaub saw that?
Not a chance.
No.
Something tells me, I had this thought when you told me that this happened.
Yeah.
Something tells me that Schaub would be a huge Ty Rivera fan, though. But secretly, you know?
Why do you think that?
Well, the reasons why I don't think that is because I don't think Ty Rivera can give Schaub anything in return, right, for being a big fan of his. But I think Brendan Schaub loves silly things, you know? And Ty Rivera looks kind of like a modern day clown, like you know, the whole punk getup he has and stuff, you know?
I think that Schaub would like Ty's stand-up.
Yeah.
Because
he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's very good, but he's also the antithesis of woke, you know?
Yeah.
So I think he would like that. But then Schaub would do stupid. He'd be like, "But he's gay, you know?" And he'd be like, I would love to see Ty on Schaub, on T-Fat-K.
Yeah.
Because like the back and forth there would be pretty good. That would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Although that'll probably never happen, sadly.
Ty's got beef with the Rogan verse, right?
Does he? That's right. He does now. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He has like these videos on his YouTube where he goes after people. He got into it with
Kim Congdon?
yes, and then also the booker Adam Egget.
Oh yeah.
Of the mothership.
Dude, the mothership.
It's hard to the beefs are a thing. Comedy beefs, hard to stay out. You think two guys like this never argue with anybody, even we have beefs. People unfollow us.
Yeah, I told you I called the comic named Leslie Lindsay at an open mic.
Yeah.
And I thought that was his name.
Lindsay?
I thought his name was Lindsay. You've met a male Lindsay before, haven't you?
Wasn't there a basketball player named Lindsay?
Right? I feel like I met a male Lindsay. There was that one guy, Ashley, or whatever his name was.
Ashley
Jordan or something like that. It was a guy.
Oh, yeah. That's a comic, yeah.
Yeah. I thought his name was Double Ashley or something. I don't know. Listen, dude.
Double Ashley.
I'm in Baja mode right now.
I knew somebody named Thomas once.
Did you?
Yes. I knew a guy named Thomas. He was on my baseball team. And I remember they were like, I forget it was a coach or one of the players or himself said that his name was Thomas. And I said, what? What is that? Is it both names? Thomas. And he was very good at baseball.
Okay.
But just what are you thinking as the parent there? You're like, I know your last name is Thomas, but I also really like the name Thomas as a first name. So he's going to be Thomas. Ashley, do you know someone named Ashley?
I feel like his name was Ashley, but I think it's just that guy with the beard. You know who I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. I made a joke about his name too, because he used to host an open mic with a guy named Aston Wallace. These are all crazy kind of names, right? Yeah. I went on stage and I was like Ashley. What's his name? Ashley
Jordan or something?
Something like that. I was like, no, Ashley Johnson. I said, Ashley Johnson. That sounds like a car that a girl named Aston Wallace. Or no, Aston Wallace sounds like a car that a girl named Ashley Johnson would drive, because those are their two names.
Yeah. Dude, I want to go back to Thomas.
Yeah,
that's great. I feel like it's like the worst dad joke of all time.
What about it?
Like naming your kid Thomas. He's in the doctor's room and they go like, what do you want to name your sweet loving child? And then he's like, Thomas. And then the doctor looks and sees the last name and he's like, oh God. And then the dad's like, you can't write this stuff, right? Thomas. Nobody's gonna believe it.
The doctor, if that happened, would be like, God damn it, another drunk parent. The baby just came out.
Unrelated to my last question, did your wife drink during her pregnancy?
Yeah. Do you both drink? Are you drunk now?
Are you on Kratom, sir?
I could see that. That would be funny, that situation. Like, because whoever asks you, I don't know if they ask you or you just write it down. I've never had a kid, ever heard of it. But they ask you, they say, what last name? You go, Thomas. And then they go, first name. You go, Thomas. And then they go, no, I meant your first name, Thomas. Okay, your first name's Thomas? Then what's your last name? Thomas. It's like one of those sketches, who's on first?
Yeah.
No, who's on first or whatever.
Yeah. That
is kind of like a who's on first thing. That name is great. I've talked about the other name, right? The Townsend name. Mm-mm. Have I ever talked? The other name that's ridiculous that I've heard is this guy. He went to, I didn't go to UVA, but he went to UVA, which is sort of like a preppy. If you go to University of Virginia, a lot of people wear like pink shorts, polos, that kind of thing. His name was Townsend Buckles III.
Oh.
Townsend Buckles III. Bless you. That's a very...
Virginia is the South, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. When people are like, oh, you guys aren't the South. Where's your accent? Oh, yeah, Virginia is the South. It's like Townsend Buckles III.
Yeah, let me meet my friend Townsend Buckles.
You gonna tell me that guy's not from the South? Where do you think he's from? That's the whitest name I've ever heard in my life.
It sounds like a fake name from a Theo Von story.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I used to try and do bits about it. I never really could turn it into a craft, but I mean, I would say like, it sounds like his grandfather invented evil. Like he just sounds like someone who did something to the Native Americans, or something bad.
Townsend Buckle.
Townsend Buckles III.
You know, the starter of the what is it called? The Trail of Tears?
Yeah, yeah.
The starter, the I don't know how to
Talk
say
about
this.
tiki torches. Townsend's held one. No, I think he was actually kind of liberal, but I never met him. I've always wanted to meet him because this is a real person with a real name.
It sounds like a tiki torch company.
It really does. Townsend Buckles III is the guy who knows where to buy the tiki torches.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard names like that? Thomas Townsend. Those are the ones that stand out to me.
I'm going to do a Theo Von impression.
Sure.
I remember I played in baseball, and I had a guy that I played with named Thomas, and he killed a gecko. And then, but when he killed the gecko, he skinned it and he put it in his face.
I can't do Theo Von.
I know what you mean though. The short amount of Theo Von podcast content I've watched, it is funny. It'll be like, I think I watched a Louis C.K. one. I know I watched the Louis C.K. one. And Louis would be talking about some story, and then Theo would go off on a tangent about like a guy that in high school that got naked and went on the roof or something like that. And there's a guy, and he would do, and it's always good. The stories are funny, so even these sort of cerebral guests will be like, that's hilarious. And they'll want to know about some random guy that
Townsend
Theo
Buckles.
Von knew in his hick town that did crazy shit.
For me, whenever I would tell stories about elementary school, I would hit the speed bumps of being like, yes, those are real names, right?
Oh,
Derek
yeah.
Pandez, Alex Bonanno, and Robert Ham. We were all at the same bus stop, so a lot of my stories involve them.
Those names are kind of funny too.
Yeah.
Banano, Ham. What was the last other one?
Pandas.
Pandas? Pandas.
But pandas, obviously.
Is that how you say a panda in Spanish?
Latino.
Pandas. Look at those pandas in the zoo.
You're eating bamboo like a pandas, fool.
Pandas.
Yeah, Derek Pandez, Alex Bonanno, Robert Ham. Robert Ham, that's how you get like an old man named Bob Ham. You know what I mean?
Great guy, never met him.
Oh, you guys, if you got any trouble with your Prius, go down to Bob Ham. He got great hybrid battery, He'll fix your axle. I don't know cars, I don't know trucks.
We know. The only thing we know is like TRX,
Yeah.
truck
Raptor.
stuff, blowers. I was working on my truck the other day.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I told you that my family's in a big fight right now, dude.
Oh yeah, let's hear about that.
I don't know how much I could say, but I have threatened everyone in my family to talk about it on the podcast,
Oh yeah.
so that we'll create a subreddit for them all and then just talk shit about my.
Do they watch?
I hope not. But there's a theory now that they do watch and that they're not very happy with the things I say.
Your theory?
No, somebody else's family member my theory.
A family member ratted out the rest of the family and told you that he thinks that they watch and they're mad about what you say.
Yeah.
Well, the only well, I guess we've talked about almost every member of your family. Which ones are mad?
Mostly my tias on my dad's side.
Your aunts?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even remember talking about your aunts.
Oh yeah, but I have a lot of podcasts. So when I talk on podcasts,
so it couldn't even be ours.
Yeah.
They're just assume that whatever podcast you're on, you're talking shit about your aunts.
and it's called raccoon titties. I don't know. But yeah, it's bad. A lot of people saying they'll never talk to each other again, and then me being,
Whoa.
dude, if I'm the voice of reason, you know what I mean? It's
that's Baja mode.
a spicy situation, dude.
That is
I'm having to tell my mom, like, listen, if they want to make amends, you gotta have an open mind, open heart. We all love each other. And my mom's like,
No.
yeah, but I don't see your mom as a peacemaker or someone who's thinking about amends much.
no. And my sister is the one that told me everything. She called me. She never calls me.
Yeah.
She calls me and she's like,
I have some cheese man for you. Cheese man nation.
Cheeseman, yeah, that's
Cheese
right.
man squad. Cheese man nation.
you know what I mean? Lil Browse helped her with the song, and then she told me what happened, and it's just people being like, "You're stupid. What the fuck? You know what you just did? You just called me stupid, and that hurts, and I never want to talk to you again." And then, but my family, they'll say these things that I just said to you, smiling. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're kind of like enjoying it. They needed something. Like the Super Bowl only happens once a year. So they need to make their own little Super Bowls, right?
So does this happen often?
Yes.
It flares up. It's kind of like your family's the Middle East.
Dude, my on my mom's side, I don't talk to one aunt because of a game of Uno.
Uno can be tricky. Yeah,
Uno is a game in and of itself, right? Just the game with the cards.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Uno Attack?
What's Uno Attack?
It's a machine involved. There's a machine that spins, and everyone sits in a circle. You know, what does Bert Kreischer say? Crisscross applesauce, right? We're all sitting in a circle, and then when you have to draw, let's say draw 4. You know the draw 4 card on Uno?
Yeah.
This game doesn't even have a number that you have to draw. You just have to draw. You push the machine, and it shoots cards at your face.
Yeah.
And it's a good, fun time for people that are sub 20, you know, sub 15, right?
That's funny.
One day, my cousin Vicky had to push the draw button as her mom walked in the door. And, you know, Uno, I don't have to tell you this, a game of a lot of emotions, right? So as like 40 cards are getting hit on Vicky's face, her mom walks in the door, and Vicky instantly starts crying. I would have cried if it would hit me, you know what I mean? That's how young we all were.
Okay.
And she grabs Vicky. My sister is laughing and pointing at her face.
How old?
My sister's winning. I was probably 12, 13, 14.
And how old's your sister?
2 years older than me.
Okay.
So my sister's like, Vicky is a lot younger than me though. So we were kind of bullying a young kid.
Yeah.
And then Michaela grabs Vicky and verbatim she says, "We're gonna come back and she's gonna be the best Uno player." And I never saw her again. I saw her for my grandma's funeral though.
That's so funny.
And then I hugged my tia. Did I say her name? I hope not. But I hugged my tia, and my sister and my mom were watching like. And then we went to go to eat dinner, you know, and they were like, "Did you guys see what Gurardo did?" I'm like, "What? What the fuck did I do?" Like I always do something, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, he hugged the tia.
This is the aunt that took the child when you played Uno?
The Uno, yeah. The Uno
So
game.
your mom and your sister are mad at her for the Uno game?
It was also race involved. Like somebody in my family is not Mexican, so they're upset about her race. Dude, I swear, this is the silliest shit of all time, right? It's crazy. Yeah, I have a white aunt, and some people didn't accept her in the family, so a lot of people didn't talk to each other. The Uno game happened at my white aunt's house.
Okay, but she's not the one that said so-and-so is going to be good at Uno, right?
No, not the white lady.
Yeah.
Very, very Mexican lady.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like unlikely that as much as Rose is the greatest of all time, she's goaty.
Yeah.
Just pick up the bag.
Scoop it
I
up.
don't see her as someone who's going to look for the right now, Israel and Lebanon are trying to come up with like a ceasefire.
Yeah.
She's not going to be the one doing a ceasefire thing or asking for ceasefire. She's more like the Netanyahu.
Yes.
Where she's like, she would go on TV and be like, listen, the people that are living in our aunt's house, the people in our aunt's neighborhood should leave. Mm-hmm. And they should, if they get a chance, they should fight against that aunt because we're going to go in there and blow up the entire neighborhood because we need to kill the aunt.
Yes.
So if you live near there, it's your fault. Once this is all over, just get out of the way when we start blowing it up. Once this is all over, it's all going to be good. But until then, I'm going to taste her blood soon.
I'll one up that and say that, let's say Israel and Hamas or whatever, what's the other, Palestine? Mm-hmm. Israel and Palestine, they come.
Lucky boy.
They make a ceasefire agreement. Mm-hmm. They're like, you agree? In whatever translator, you agree? Everyone's like, what the fuck? We're actually agreeing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they're all like, 1 second. Rosa? And then she's like...
She has a gun.
She has 2 guns, and she's just like, if you guys agree, I'm going to kill you both. Yeah.
She says, say hello to my little friend. She's Pacino.
They're like, 1 second, before we agree, Rosa, is there anything else you want to say? They worked at a weed dispensary for 4 years, you know, like saying like whatever dark secret she knows,
that's
she's
funny.
going to hit you with it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't have a big family. There's no drama. It's very boring.
It is exciting.
Entertaining.
But with this last thing that happened, literally all I've said, I'm a good listener, so I know everything in my head, right?
Yeah.
But all I said was like, guys, I could talk about it on the podcast and it would make them so upset. You know what I mean?
They got mad when you said that?
No, my mom and dad, or my mom and sister were kind of like, all right, whatever. They didn't care.
So do you want to say what's going on or you can't say what's going on?
I won't say what's going on.
Okay.
I'm putting my feelers
Deep
out
secret.
there. Yeah. It's very funny to me, but I know it's also very personal and involves the death of my grandpa. That's why I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, fair enough.
But the death of my grandpa ruined my family. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's like I do not have the same family on my dad's side.
Yeah, my condolences. Do you think me coming in and being a mediator would help?
Yes.
Really?
But, no. Would it help? No. Let me.
Okay.
I said yes immediately because would it help the podcast? Definitely.
Okay.
Would it help the situation? No.
I can't imagine it would.
Would it help your levity and sense of humor? Yes. You would.
Interesting.
You would love it, and it would be so funny.
I've never been a mediator before. Well, I probably have, but this would be a real first test for me, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is your dad involved?
No.
Okay.
My dad doesn't want to be involved. My dad wants everyone to be peaceful. All the guys are chill and love each other. They're they're brothers. They're all brothers.
Yeah.
All the girls do too many drugs and drink too much. When I say drugs, it's like SSRIs type stuff, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's not like illicit drug use, but it's more, painkiller drug use.
Painkillers, not SSRIs then.
Whatever SSRIs are, it is for mental stuff.
Oh, okay.
I say painkillers because I don't know shit about. Medicine doesn't exist to me. I'd rather die tomorrow than go to the doctor.
Right. Okay, so here's how I would approach it.
Yeah.
Okay, I go in there and I'd be like, listen, it's mainly women.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of ladies in the crowd tonight. and then I'd be like, that's just something from my podcast. Don't even pay attention to that. But I go,
you guys are ladies, let's be honest, right?
You're hot ladies. Latinas. So that means you're spicy. Can you imagine? I call your mom spicy. Or I call the women in the room spicy and your mom stabs me with a kitchen knife. I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding out.
Chile.
No, you're like, no.
Pico de gallo.
Think of the podcast. Mom, stop
Think of the
him.
podcast.
Call me spicy. What was I supposed to do? So no, I'd be like, you all know me. And let's say I'm not stabbed.
Yeah.
Let's suspend our disbelief and say Rosa doesn't stab me at any point.
I know you listen to my podcast.
I'd be like, listen, you all know me. I'm a bit of a chismoso. We all know. I jabber.
Cheese Man Squad. Cheese Man.
They're like, ha. They think it's funny. And I go, my maniac days are over. I have a girlfriend. Some of you have met her. Some of you haven't. I'm here today to talk about your feelings. Okay? I'm here to get to the core of it. Gurardo, I've helped him a lot. We've talked about issues he's had with people pronouncing his name correctly. I think we've made a lot of headway. You'll notice he no longer refers to himself as Jalaldo on social media. There's no more Jalaldo talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There is one common ground they can all agree on. The hate for me and my small fridge, dude. Dude, my mom and dad, we'll end on this because we got to start the draft pretty soon. Dude, my mom and dad. I made a silly little video on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already.
Yeah.
I made a 2.5 little minute short fucking let's all have a good laugh video. And I didn't understand how much my mom and dad would enjoy it and start calling my fridge small. And then
They're haters.
My dad out of all people, that wants nothing to do with my stand-up comedy, wants nothing to do with my online presence.
Yeah.
Hates everything about all that, right? We connect on golf, trugs, right? All this other stuff, fish, cars, kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? He's like, tell me about the small fridge. And it was such a weird thing. And I was like, I started smiling too, naturally, just like, you want to hear about the small fridge, dude?
Yeah.
Felt like an opening to a door, right?
Yes.
And so I told him, I was like, listen, this maintenance worker walked. It's so funny. He was going to paint my wall. He walked in. He was like, I was telling him, you can paint the wall. I'm going to move my appliances. And then I turned back and he was pointing at my fridge. And he's like, that thing's small, huh? And then my dad's dying laughing the whole time.
That's awesome.
And then he stops laughing. And he's like, all right, I got to go back to work. And then he walked inside.
That is an in. I think maybe this is the final, I understand not completely not getting comedy. Because to most people, they're like, I'm, living normal, happy life. I don't have any interest in that kind of thing. So it's like a very foreign idea for somebody to pursue that. It doesn't seem realistic. I understand that. But you finally got him.
Right.
You related to something he can understand. What are things he likes? Making fun of you.
People making fun of me, dude.
To you. So that you need to be more self-deprecating. He doesn't want to hear good news. He doesn't want to hear that we have 10,000 subs.
No.
He doesn't want to hear that the Patreon is making enough money to cover rent. He doesn't want to hear this kind of stuff. He wants to hear that you have a small fridge and people are gadooshing you. he doesn't want to hear the word gadoosh, but when he realizes that it's towards you, he may be.
Yeah, I sent him a screenshot, or not a screenshot. I sent him a picture of me doing well in golf, and he's like, cool. He doesn't care. I'm doing good in that.
Yeah.
But if I start making more self-deprecating jokes, let's, bar the Sharpie stuff, right? Let's not go there. I don't think that he likes that self-deprecating stuff.
He's probably not ready for that.
There's also another, obstacle, homophobia, right? let's not shy over the machismo.
Like, Dad, it's a marker. How is that gay? He's like, I have to go to work.
Dad, is it gay if I enjoy it? I stared him in the eyes.
I enjoyed it, Dad. How do you like that?
But I listen, I'm all for, this open door, all that stuff. But let's not make it about stuff that hurts my feelings, okay? Like, I bought this fridge. Everyone was part of the journey. I was sending group chat photos of me with the fridge in the Prius.
Yeah.
Barely fit. Okay, it fit in the Prius. It's small.
Right.
It fit in my Prius. That's a pretty small fridge.
Damn, you had to bring it here yourself too? I always forget that. God, you made such a terrible decision.
Miguel helped me
I
bring it
can't
in.
believe you had to fucking bring it here too.
I mean,
Man.
I didn't have to, though. Home Depot was like, we'll bring it to your house. I was like, how long will it take? They're like, oh, you want it this year? Basically. Or I don't know what they said.
Yeah, that's bad.
It was very busy that day. And I was like, dude, I got nothing to do. I just moved into a fucking fly-ass apartment. I'm going to move in myself. Made a huge mistake because, as you know, my parking spot is down the street in Tacoma, Washington. We live in Seattle, right? And so trying to bring it up here was a big deal. But your boy Miguel, right, came through, helped me bring it in here. And then he was very proud of my fridge. Miguel, very proud of the fridge that day. He's like, dude, you're really doing it. You have a place. You're living on your own. You got a fridge? Didn't say small, right?
Yeah.
Now this whole small fridge thing happens. Miguel's all of a sudden changing his tune, talking about why didn't you get a bigger fridge?
Yeah, well, you can never trust a dog bitch. I think that I don't know if there'll ever be a situation again where I know something that is the right move and you don't know. But the next time I'm going to be more forceful on my, because I think I didn't really care. I didn't care what fridge you ended up getting. I should have told you, like, listen, you have to go to this place and get the fucking used fridge.
People will make fun of you forever.
Like, you don't want to spend this much money in a fridge. They deliver it to your house. Do it, or I'm off. I'm out of the pod.
No, you were pretty solid on, like, dude, go there. This is the best choice. You're pretty. I just went Baja mode, dude. I went to the places that was closest to me right here down the street.
Yeah, you like fucking. Oh, you went to the closest. I was gonna say, like, you went. It's almost like you're like, no, I'm gonna go to West Elm and get like a $5,000 fridge. Or,
It's this big.
I mean, they probably don't sell fridges, but like, I'm just thinking of like a really expensive hoity-toity spot.
Yeah.
You were like, I think on this, I'm gonna blow the wad on the fridge is important. I want a fucking $1 million fridge in here next to Harito.
Oh, dude, this isn't a joke. This is for real. And I was really but I did buy the warranty on the fridge. So I have a however many year warranty on the fridge. I swear to God, I wake up one day after we were in here. It was a Thursday after the stream. I wake up. My fridge is making like, imagine a fridge making a yawning sound where it's like, oh. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, no, fridge. Like, everything's falling apart. People are making fun of our relationship and stuff. So I open up the fridge and I close it and it stops. I'm like, it's going to happen again, dude. The fridge is already on its last legs. Yeah. I just bought it. What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Because new fridges suck. They're not built well.
All right. Be cool.
And they're too small. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, he's huge. But we had to start the stream. I fucked up. I'm the team and I fucked up by, you were like, do we have to record any more this week? I'm like, no, we're good. And then come Monday, I'm like, oh, fuck, we don't have a Tweeties episode for this week. So that's on me. I did fire 3 of our team members for my mistake, though.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But thank you guys. Sorry it's a shorter episode than usual, but we got to start streaming.
See you next week.
Ooh!